I'm an RV tech and I went undercover at dealerships to tell you which RVs are quality and which are overpriced lemons. In today's video, we're going to be reviewing a 2023 model Rockwood Ultralight 2720 IK model travel trailer from Forest River. Even if you're not in the market for a travel trailer or this in particular, I would encourage you to watch this video because we're going to be talking about some frame issues that are applicable to many RVs. If you're new to my channel, I have a free RV shopping course, and if you get the paid version, you'll get access to the app, which you'll see me using to grade today's RV. First question in the app is about the type of water heater it has. In this case, we have a tank type Suburban brand water heater, which I give a 10 out of 10. Next question is about the roof material. Now this RV has what appears to be a TPO or thermoplastic roof membrane. I consider this quality, but you have to be aware that there can be manufacturing defects that result in the roof completely coming off the RV with wind just driving down the highway. It's really important to look for manufacturing defects, which is why I'm giving away my Don't Buy a Lemon checklist for free to help you spot manufacturing defects that could be a deal breaker. Assuming it's applied correctly though, this would be a 10 out of 10. The next question in the app is asking what type of refrigerator we have. This RV has a 12-volt Magic Chef brand. I consider these very low quality. They have a pretty high failure rate, so I give it a 6 out of 10. Next question in the app is going to be what type of air conditioning we have up on the roof. This unit has a Coleman, which unfortunately I give them 7 out of 10 points. I've had to replace many Colemans that simply lost their Freon within the first 3 years of operation. The next questions in the app are going to help assess the quality of the cabinetry in the RV. The doors were made with solid wood, but the cabinet boxes are made out of a lumber core. Lumber core is a type of material they use where it has solid wood on the inside, or the lumber core, but then the edge of it, top and bottom here, is actually MDF, which is very prone to water damage. I'd say it's medium quality. Overall, I give the cabinets themselves an 8 out of 10. Next, the app is going to ask me to assess the countertops in the RV. In the kitchen, they have the best quality, solid surface countertops. In the bathroom countertops, they have something called Formica. This is a very thin laminate. It's way better than thermofoil because it can withstand a hot iron being put on it without it just burning through and making a hole in your countertops. It really depends on what they put underneath it. If you have something like this where it's Formica that's laminated on plywood, that is a really high quality. But you can also see Formica laminated on top of particle board with just a rubber edging. That is very easy for water to get in and swell the edge of it. This has a Formica edge on it, which is going to be, I think, a step up from it's hard to say what the material is underneath, but I would give this 3, and the kitchen countertops get another 5, so 8 points total. The next question the app is going to ask about slide outs, and one thing I was really happy to see is that this Rockwood has through frame slide outs everywhere, including the really small slide. Through frame slide outs with electric actuators are, in my opinion, the most reliable, the best that you can get on an RV. So I give this a 10 out of 10. The next question in the app is going to ask about plumbing. And I know what you're thinking, like, don't RVs come with correct plumbing? Unfortunately, not always. So is this $50,000 RV plumbed properly? Not exactly. It's behind the toilet where the water line goes into the wall and down into the underbelly that they used flexible tubing pinch clamped onto PEX fittings, which is a no-no. And I know everyone watching this just wants to know, yes or no, is Forest River a good brand? And unfortunately, it depends on kind of the line of RVs. Some of their lines are always plumbed terribly. Some of them seem to be always plumbed correctly. So Forest River as a brand, can you trust that they're plumbed correctly? The end answer is no, not always. So if you're shopping RVs and you're not sure which brands to trust, I highly recommend getting my shopping course. This course will empower you to know what you're looking at. So when you go to that RV show and you look at hundreds of models, you can instantly spot if it has bad plumbing or if they put cheap cabinets in it. When spending this kind of money on an RV, it's good to do your due diligence so it doesn't bite you in the butt later. So the next question on my app is asking about RV frames. And on this one in particular, I can tell you that when I looked at outriggers underneath, these little supposed to be triangular pieces of metal that hold up the walls, these are the smallest, flimsiest outriggers that I've seen on any RV. My concern, and I'm not a structural engineer, this is my opinion, so take it or leave it. My concern is that over time, with a lot of miles down the road, these outriggers can collapse, especially on the kitchen, under the kitchen slide out where they have a lot of weight. I'm only going to take off 1 point because, like I said, I'm not a structural engineer, but giving it a perfect score when it seems obviously worse made than other comparable RVs doesn't seem right. So 9 out of 10. So for the fit and finish category that the app is going to ask about last, cost, I gave this RV a 9. It's very well put together. So the final aggregate score for this would be a 77, which would be a C grade trailer. But because of the improper plumbing that this has, I have to give it an F. Even though it's 1 or 2 improper connections in the plumbing system of this RV, the cost of having it plumbed correctly is really, really high. The end connected to the toilet is going to be pretty easy to put a different fitting on that. You've got another potential leak down low that's going to be very hard to get to. I would be hesitant to recommend that people buy this RV without it being replumbed. I know I'm such a radical here, thinking that people deserve to buy an RV that's not going to leak water or whatever. That's just my opinion, folks. Click here if you want to see my playlist of plumbing problem videos, including the video where I explain in detail what problem is, as well as 3 other videos on how to repair these incorrect plumbing fittings. Click here for a playlist of my other travel trailer reviews, or click here for a list of all of my reviews.